Hello everybody, Wrathful here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video. So, Broly is almost upon us. At the time I'm recording this, it's going to be close to around like 12 hours before his release. So let's go ahead and talk about should you summon on the banner or not. So I got a bit of a comparison here. We got the Caulifla plus KO banner that came out a few months back, and wanted to make it so that we're going to compare it to the new banner that's going to come in, since the Broly is going to be featured on a Rising Dragon Carnival. So I also will have some units pulled in here just to make some assumptions as to who would be on the banner, and again, should you summon or not. But I will also make some depictions regarding like the 3-point system that I like to go for. So number one, we're gonna go over the unit. We're gonna talk about him. We're gonna see how good he is in my mind, because of course we've seen him in game. We've seen the private server showcases and things like that. I don't want to get into the whole ordeal of whether he's good or bad, mid or not, because that has been my point of conversation for the past 3 days on social media. So we'll get into that. Then of course we'll also go down below here, not only checking on his leader skill, but also checking the teams that he's going to be helping out with, and some of the character lineups that he can be linking up pretty well with. And in addition to that, the quality of the banner as far as we know it, because there haven't been any images regarding the banner. There hasn't been any like data mines showing us who exactly is going to be on the banner. So we'll be making our depictions in a imaginary way, because we're gonna have to imagine who is going to be featured on the banners or not. So first and foremost, like I mentioned, he's going to be coming out on a Rising Dragon Carnival, which means that the SSR summon rate is going to be doubled. And we're gonna compare this banner right here with just thinking if Broly is gonna be featured, and some of the other characters that are gonna be in there. So so far we see that our 10 featured SSRs on the banner, and at least 4 of them were LRs. Now I have at least 5 pulled up, and we can then make assumptions as to what are the side banner characters going to be. So there are going to be a couple of unfeatured SRs. I'm expecting somebody else who I haven't pulled up in here, but I'll make sure to do that. But let's go ahead and jump right in with the unit itself, right? First point for the unit. Let's see how well he's going to look like. So, of course, Broly is going to be a stacking character. He raises attack and defense on 12 key and 18 key. I'm a little bit upset that this is not a greatly raised attack and defense. It's just kept as a raised attack and defense. So we're just going to be looking at him through that orbit, that he's going to be a stacking character, which means that this character is going to be good on long style events. So with his intro, he's going to get 70% damage reduction for at least 1 turn. Then on the third, for 3 turns, he's going to get the 30% damage reduction and the extra key. I guess it's going to help on at the beginning of things to try to get him started with the super attacks. He has guard, 260% attack and defense. He gets 5 key, well, 1 key per 1 key per every attack performed, up to 5. 50% defense up to 400% for every attack performed, and then a chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% up to 100%. So this in particular, no, I didn't need to do that. This in particular, basically, you only have to do at least 8 attacks in order for him to be able to be fully maxed out on his defense. And then again, he's going to easily have access to that due to this section here on his passive. He does need to get hit as, I wouldn't say as much as possible. It does say up to 4 times. So I'm assuming it's just he gets hit, and there's an additional that has a 50% chance to becoming a super attack up to 4 times. I'm assuming maybe he does need to get hit 4 times. It's a little bit weird, because again, this is coming from the JP translation, so it might be a little bit weird to depict until we see that in game. And then for every super attack the enemy launches at the character, he gets 30% attack and defense. So we do have a scouter that we can get with his active, and it's only for the turn. But we do have to be careful, because again, this is a character that is going to have very low defenses at the beginning of the fight. So him taking super attacks immediately would be pretty detrimental for him in order for us to like get more stacks on here. This doesn't have a limit. It is not per turn or during the turn, right? Or you know, the correct phrasing is within the turn. So he is stacking all of this with every super attack that he takes. So let's say, for example, taking this unit onto Festival of Battles, you can get it maybe like a scouter, or you just get a lot of good luck. He just takes a lot of super attacks throughout the event. He's basically going to be stacking attack and defense there. So he's also going to be looking pretty good. In addition to that, he does have a counter. Has a great chance of nullifying it, and he gets additional attack plus 260% with the super attack nullification there. So overall, I mean, his kit is decent. I wouldn't say that he's bad. I wouldn't say that he's mid. I wouldn't say that he's great, but it's still useful, right? So I will give him a point just for that passing here, for his kit. The leader skill, I will take that away. Because Exploding Rage right now is not the best category that you would depict here. There's a couple of picks that you can add for this character, right? Some of the Broly's that are listed in here because of the Exploding Rage. There are decent characters that you can add on the team. But I would say that you're most likely going to be running this guy on either a Super Bosses team, seeing as he is on Super Bosses, or on movie bosses if you still want to run that team setup, due to the fact that we do have Golden Frieza plus Gogeta being the leaders for movie bosses. So you can get away with that. So this the lineup for Exploding Rage is not the greatest, so I would deduct points just off the leader skill alone. So, but the teams that he's going to be helping out with, and then the character lineups that he can be linking pretty well with, it's not that bad. Of course, you got the Broly's from last year, again, this ECA Broly. There's also Broly, the STR LR Broly. He's getting his ECA, Super ECA during the celebration. So he could also link pretty well with him. We can be able to see some good stuff going in, but depends on the kit because we don't have those details yet. We should be able to get another data download regarding their details, not only this guy's details, but this guy's details as well. We could also see the assets for the banner for this guy, because again, we don't know the details for the ECAs for those two characters, so we could see their details being sent out or just being seen through the data download, and we could also see the assets for the banner and see who can be in the banner. But this is just a guessing game, right? So judging by the banner that we had here, the last Rising Dragon Carnival banner that we had, so we had the main LR, so let's just imagine that this is Broly. This is going to be Golden Frieza. It was announced in the news. I think we can try to find it. We'll have to go for his like the details of the celebration. So if we go down here, we check his ECA, and there it is right there. So Golden Frieza, who can be Extreme Sea Awakened, will show up in an upcoming summon event. So we know that Golden Frieza is going to be featured on a banner. So we'll place him in there. And then, of course, because of the reveals during the Community Fest, were foretold to us that that guy was going to get an ECA. This guy right here, a Super ECA, sorry, will be featured on the banner. So I'm expecting to see him on the banner due to his Super ECA coming in. In addition to that, we also have the LR Khalifa plus Kale. She has made her return via the summon point system. With those tickets, you can be able to obtain the character. However, we haven't seen the character in a banner, so like featured as a unit in the banner. So this is a unit that could come in and be a part of Broly's banner, so that way we could see him in game as well. See them in game as well, not see him. So then after that, I'm thinking that that could be the case of just all the 4 LRs, right, including the new one. But if in any case they do change the format a little bit, they could add Jiren and Gotenks into the banner. If they want to keep the same, like, multiple lineups of LRs into the banner, but they could prove me wrong and they could add somebody else. So we would have Broly, then we will have the Golden Frieza, then the STR Broly due to his Super ECA. And if they're only adding 4 LRs the same way that they're only doing that for this banner, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, they would only have to add Caulifla in there. So we would take away maybe Jiren and Gotenks out of it. I'm just adding them in here just in the case they do add either one of these guys. And then of course the makes the lineup a little bit more either generous for people to summon for because they might not pull one of the characters in there, or they just completely skip them altogether because of the quality of the banner, right? We do have this STR Broly, this side banner Broly from the 70th year anniversary. He is also going to get his ECA. It was announced during Community Fest, so we are bound to see this guy in the banner. We could also see this Wrathful Broly be featured on the banner due to the fact that, of course, this guy is also Wrathful Broly. But it could serve as a super attack level up for the new Broly, right? You do have to Dokkan Awaken him because prior to that, he is just Broly. So we could see him definitely feature on the banner. I could also see... let me see if he's in here. No, he's not. We could also see Paragus be featured on the banner as well, the Int Paragus, just so that they can keep the theme rolling with the Broly and the Super Dragon Ball movie. Super Dragon Ball movie, yeah. Or Dragon Ball Super movie, however you want to call it. And maybe some other side banner characters unrelated to Broly, perhaps. What are the units that we had here, like, well, I would say unfeatured, but it's like, who could we add in this banner that hasn't been, like, in the featured lineup? Because, of course, they put in relation to Kellen Caulifla, so the STR Kellen and the Tech Caulifla were in there, just so they can have a little bit of a relation with the main LR. So I'm thinking, again, this Broly could be in there. The Paragus, the Int Paragus could also be in there too. The side banner character for the Super Bosses support unit, this Golden Frieza could also be featured on the banner too. We could also see him in there. I'm assuming it's just a guessing game at this point because I don't know. Maybe we would see him on the banner as well. So there are some options that could be in the banner. I don't think Gotenks is gonna be there. I don't think Jiren is gonna be there. So it's just gonna be like the 4 main LRs, right? The new Broly coming into the fray. Then we also got Golden Frieza, since it was announced in game that he is going to be on the banner. Then we have this STR LR Broly, due to on the Community Fest was foretold that he's going to get a Super ECA, and then this side banner unit Broly was also foretold that he was going to get an ECA. So these are mainly the 4 units that I know of that are going to be on the banner. Other units that I'm thinking about could be this Caulifla and Kale, just as a Carnival card will be returning in the game. The previous Carnival units that came out were Jiren and Gotenks. I'm not thinking that they're gonna be in the banner due to them already being featured on Caulifla's banner. Not only that, if they're going to keep pushing like the most recent releases onto a banner like this, that they could add Caulifla and Kale into the banner, that could be possibly useful. This Broly, I would think that they would add him into the banner just due to the fact that they want to make it thematic. If they do the thematic stuff, again, I might be wrong on this. So, and they could also add this Golden Frieza on the banner as well, just because, again, he's a side banner character. They would want to fill the banners up just like that. So, And again, it's double rates. What I would suggest, of course, again, should you summon or not, I would still say no, depending on who is going to be on the banner, right? That's the only reason. Unlike most people do have this Golden Frieza, however, he might not have been featured for a long time, or he might be returning for the first time in a long time, and people might be picking him up for the first time ever because of his ECA, things like that. But he could be also pretty good for this Golden Frieza, which maybe not. Some people have pulled this character, so... of course, this STR LR Super Saiyan Broly, we don't know his Super ECA details, so we do have to wait until we get his details in-game, or just with the data download to see how good he's gonna be. Then we have this STR Broly as well, side banner character who could link up pretty well with the LR. His kit is pretty bare bones at this point. He is a Final Blow character, so he could also be like providing support after delivering the final blow to the enemy. They're definitely going to keep this part of his passive in there, and they're possibly going to give him some extra stuff, maybe give him some extra support, maybe making him a character that can be able to do some decent damage. We'll see. Because he raises attack and defense for the turn, but he's not getting a lot, right? Again, pretty bare bones unit. Same as when he came out, right? But he does link pretty well with the new Broly, so we could see we could see something good coming out of his ECA, right? And then again, some other characters that I keep thinking that he could have featured on the banner. There's Caulifla KO, because it's another LR. They will have only maybe 4 LRs in total. So they could add that. They could add this Wrathful Broly, and they could add this Golden Frieza, just so they can somewhat complete the banner, and then add, of course, the Ent Paragus. They could add him in there too, and maybe some other like some other side banner characters that I might not be thinking of at the top of my head. So but yeah, we'll be able to see this, of course, coming out later tonight or early tomorrow morning. At least the banner for me, just like I mentioned, he releases in game at around 4 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for me. It could be 1 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for you. It could be 9 a.m. UK time. It could be 10 a.m. Time in Italy. It could be 3 a.m. for those in the Central Standard Time. It could be 2 a.m. for those in the Mountain Standard Time. Those kinds of things, right? I'm trying to remember all my time zones. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think regarding should you summon or not. I would still say no. Again, it's not a popular character by any means of the by any sense of the word, because again, I've been getting a lot of trash talk on Twitter, so understandable, I guess, sure. But I guess he's a good unit. He could help super bosses be like a pretty, like, not so much as a tank, but pretty good stacking character. And of course, because of the fact that we're going to be getting some missions regarding the Festival of Battles coming at us in the next few hours, he could also be a pretty good unit to bring into the fray if you do pull him, right? There's an extreme, I think it's extreme tech, extreme int, and extreme AGL. Those are the characters that you need to tackle the Festival of Battles, right? So but yeah, we'll of course see this once we get closer and closer into the fray. Again, we do have the missions added in here. These are the missions, right? Extreme int, extreme tech, and extreme AGL. So if you do not pull this tech Broly, my suggestion would be int, and not int, the tech Extreme Saiyan Day Vegeta. He could also be like a pretty worthwhile character to bring into the table, just because he is a good stacking character. There's also the AGO Scouter Vegeta, but if you don't think that character is going to be very helpful, there's also the AGO Full Power Frieza, and then of course the int Super Saiyan Broly. This guy, was the one that I actually beat the fight for the first time. So he's a pretty good stacking character. You can be able to get away with getting some of his additionals. So there's the same day Vegeta. He could also be a pretty good stacker character, and he's extreme tech. So if in any case you don't pull this Broly, you can use him as well. But yeah, overall, the banner, I wouldn't say like the lineup is going to be great for veterans. Maybe for new players, it could possibly be a useful banner to summon on. It is double raid, so you can take advantage of that. And I would give it a point on the banner itself. So points right here, the Broly, I would give the kit for Broly a point. I would take away his leader skill, so he's just maybe like a 1 out of 3, or maybe 1 out of 4, or 2 out of 4, because of the banner quality, the unit quality. Because I'm gonna be towards the middle, because I want to see how he looks in game first, and I want to run him first before making a judgment call. But yeah, in regards to like how the community has been feeling about this unit in particular, things like that, I would say don't summon on this. But that's, you know, my thoughts about the matter. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Are you guys going to summon for Wrathful Broly? Let me know down in the comments below. I do want to keep him, let you guys know that in 4 days, by the time I'm recording this, we are going to get Dokkan Day. So if in any case you do not want to summon right away, you can wait until Dokkan Day to come in and be able to get some free tickets to summon on this guy's banner, due to the fact that we're going to get Dokkan Special Day tickets for his banner. So if in any case you would want to wait for that, you can use that as your advantage to summon for him. Otherwise, if you are going to summon, be careful with, you know, using your stones. The next celebration, or the next Dokkan Fest, should come at the end of September, so we'll wait and see, of course, who is going to be that character. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are going to summon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.